What's happening, people? Nocturnal Thoughts in the building. Hey, if you're new to the channel, I want to say welcome. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I appreciate you. Leave me a comment so we can chop it up. To all my subscribers, I really appreciate y'all taking the time out to leave me a thumbs up, stop by, leave me a comment. It's one of those things where you put that energy out into the world, and when you receive positive energy, it does make your day in a way, and it gives you the motivation to keep pushing, to keep doing you, and trying to motivate other people to be the best version of themselves as well. So to all my subscribers, new, old, all my future subscribers that's going to be coming into the channel, for the next however long I do this, all my new subscribers, I welcome you. I appreciate you. Salute. Cheers. Today, real quick video. Earlier today, man, I got some work done, and I got the opportunity to sit down and chill and look at a little bit of YouTube. And I was watching Deontay Wilder and Louis King Kong Ortiz, inside the training camp. To me, that's what I really love about boxing the most, is the behind the scenes, and especially the training. I'm a fitness guy. I've been in fitness ever since I was probably in high school. So ever since I was probably about like 15 years old, and I've been into some type of a physical activity. And after high school, I got into, weightlifting and things of that nature. So whenever I see the behind the scenes, the training camps, what it takes to be motivated to that level, that elite level, you know what I'm saying? Because you realize even though they are champions, they're human, and they go through some of the same daily struggles that we go through. So, you know what I'm saying? It eliminates excuses. No excuses, no crying, no complaining, just training, just focusing, just learning how to be self-motivated by watching other people go through fire. Iron sharpens iron. So I was watching the Deontay Wilder, Louis King Kong Ortiz, the training camp, and just inspired me to do a quick little video on my thoughts about the situation. First of all, I gotta say, matter of fact, when I get done with this, I'm gonna go ahead and rewatch Deontay Wilder versus Dominic Breazeale, because that's only gonna take me a minute. So anyway, let me get this out the way. Deontay Wilder is looking good as far as what they showed, just a little bitty glimpse, like a little peek, you know what I'm saying? A little, what is that, a little peephole that you put in the door so you can see who's on the other side of the door. They just give you a little bit. They don't give you a big scope. So just that little peephole view of what I saw from Deontay Wilder, he looked good. Mentally, he looked good. Physically, he looks like he's prepared, well prepared, and the things that he is saying. Because I try to listen to what people say and how they say it, and all those little, what they call like fraudulent slips or whatever, where people kind of let you know what they're thinking without trying to. So looking at Deontay Wilder, listening to Deontay Wilder, he looks to me like he's really starting to dial in and starting to look focused for this fight. Physically, he looks impeccable. He looks like he's in the best shape. Like he always comes in very, very great shape. And his training looked good. Watching some of the things he's doing in training, and the fact that his personal trainer, his trainer is training side by side with him and going through the fire with him, it speaks volumes. Very impressive. I was very impressed with what I saw coming out of that little bit of information. Just that little bit of what I saw was enough to say, man, he's going to come in there and impeccable conditioning. He's going to be a beast. Just looking at that, he looks like he's going to be a beast. I was watching Blue Blood Sports TV. He actually had the opportunity to go and be in the camp with Deontay Wilder, so I'm sure he's going to be releasing footage too, maybe post-fight. But I wish I had the ability to have that type of an opportunity to get inside and watch the goings on in a camp like that. So, anyways, on to the next. Looking at Louis King Kong Ortiz, now that's starting to bother me a little bit because this is the second, maybe the third little bit of clip that I got to watch, like a little montage that I got to watch from, Deontay Wilder and Louis King Kong Ortiz. And it seems like to me, King Kong Ortiz is kind of uncomfortable. They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. They say a zebra doesn't change his stripes. They say a leopard can't change his spots. Now, King Kong Ortiz is 40 years old. He has a new strength and conditioning coach, and it's a young guy. I forget his name. If I get it, I'll put it down in my, comments. But it looks like he's pushing King Kong Ortiz to do different things a different way, and he's getting good results. But I see Louise is complaining about his diet a lot with the food that he's eating right now to trim up. It seems like Louis is in an uncomfortable position with the way he has to eat, and I don't like that. And I don't like that it seems, even in that little bit of a clip, that he looked like he might be not overtraining. It might even be overtraining. It looks like he might have his best days in the training. Inside of his training, he might leave all of his best days. It's like if you watch the difference between Deontay Wilder and his bomb squad crew, they are just very cohesive because it's the same team. They day ones, so they know exactly how hard to push Wilder, and then say, let's cut it, let's end the workout at the perfect time for you to still be able to relax and recuperate. And when you have a new strength and conditioning coach like Louis does, it seems like it's a good push, but he might be pushing him a little too far out of what's going to be best suitable for him to peak inside the ring. It looks like he might be pushing him to have his best days in training. But and another thing I didn't like is I don't want this guy. I'm gonna look up his name so I can just leave it in the comments, because I don't want to be referring to him as this guy and this dude and whoever. But Louis King Kong Ortiz, his strength and conditioning coach, I saw in the video he was pointing out what I want to say. More like, I don't want him to fall a victim to the same thing that Tyson Fury was falling a victim to, when you get worried more about what you look like versus how you feel and how strong you feel, especially as a heavyweight. Like, I seen a guy saying, I know you don't like the diet, you know what I'm saying, eating a lot of lettuce and broccoli, and you're not high on the carbs, because I seen King Kong Ortiz complaining about not having the big plate of rice with his chicken. He was having chicken and broccoli or something like that. But the guy he pushed him through a crazy workout, all lower abs, and it looked brutal. And I like that. That was motivational. But he started to point out where he's starting to see you leaning out in your shoulders, you're leaning out in your abs, then that's cool. I dig that. Like, yeah, man, I want to see him come in mean, lean, and ready to go. But I don't want him to forsake any of his power for the fact of him just coming into the ring looking good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care if he comes in the ring and he looks the part. Man, where did I get that from? But I don't want him to come into the ring and looking the part and not being the part. I don't want his trainer to get obsessed with the way he looks versus the way he performs and the way he feels. And that just, I saw a little bit of that happening. Looking at the behind the scenes, I seen a lot of complaining. Not a lot, I shouldn't say that. It wasn't a lot of complaining from King Kong Ortiz, but I seen him just look like he was uncomfortable with his diet and uncomfortable with his training, and it doesn't look like he's having as much fun as Deontay Wilder. He doesn't look as comfortable, as secure, as familiar with what Deontay Wilder looks with his crew. He just looks like, you know, another day in the office, and they're gonna take care of business. So the countdown is on. Also, I just wanted to say real quick, man, this video started a timeout. I'm trying to keep my videos under the 15-minute mark. I didn't even get a chance yet to see this Devin Haney performance, but I'm already hearing a lot of stuff on YouTube about people saying he was overhyped and saying he was exposed. For me, wax in there, I probably do, but I don't hear it. I don't hear fake stuff, man. I only can salute the real. Salute to Devin Haney. From what I hear, it was a victory, and it just wasn't where he was very dominant. And I agree, Showbiz the adult, Boxing Wave, Nocturnal Thoughts salute you. I agree. The man is 20 years old. He has to have time to develop. You know what I'm saying? And when you have that natural, raw, young ability to do things, that's the whole thing where you hear people saying, as an older fighter who's seasoned, who has wrinkles. You know, I kind of look at it like when you say somebody got wrinkles in their game, it's because of experience, and you kind of make that analogy between as you get older, you get wrinkles, you know what I'm saying? But you get wise. And the difference between experience with just being a natural athlete and being able to do things naturally versus having the experience when you know what you're doing, why you're doing it, when you're doing it, is I'll give you a little story. I used to wrestle in high school, you know what I'm saying? And I remember I went to a tournament and I did well. I think I might have got first place in this tournament. It was one of my first tournaments. I had really never been to in a tournament before. And I remember, you know, with a tournament, you don't have your main coach. I had an assistant coach, and he was a younger guy. He was probably in his 20s, you know what I'm saying? And this was when I was like 14, 15. So he might have been in his mid-20s. When I won the match, I got double points for a move that I did on this opponent. And to me, I just did it 100% naturally. Didn't think about it. It's just something I had been doing my whole life, growing up, wrestling friends, wrestling my brother. One of my friends kind of showed me one time. He was a little bit more cocky than me, and he showed me, and he threw me, and ever since then, I kind of just put that into my repertoire, where if I grab somebody, I use my body weight to swing them one time, and then I let them try to swing me, and I use that momentum to flip them on the ground. Been doing it for years. I didn't know that wrestling move had a name or it was worth however many points on a wrestling mat. Had no idea. But my coach came up to me, my assistant coach came up to me, he was like, man, that last move you did to win the match, man, that was great, man. He was like, did you know that was worth 2 or 3 points, and did you know it was called this and all that and all this? And I'm like, no, I had no idea that it had a certain name and that it was worth so many points. All I know is I was doing something that came completely 100% natural to me. So when you're a young guy, you might do a lot of things perfectly. Doesn't mean you have the wrinkles and the experience yet. It takes time to develop, to know things you might do naturally, but when you get experience, you do them not only naturally, but you know why you're doing it, and you have a better understanding of what you're doing, why you're doing it, when you're doing it. And it takes time to develop those wrinkles. So salute to Devin Haney in his victory. And anybody that's giving him any kind of flack for his performance, I don't want to hear it. That's just so lame. It's so lame to where you could try to build somebody up and then turn around and tear them right back down. You don't get saluted for that. So anyways, a little bit over 15 minutes. I do apologize. This is Nocturnal Thoughts. I appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm out. Salute.